Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod and another episode of Lightspeed. Lightspeed issue number 28. This is your source for Star Wars news and headlines in under 15 minutes. So here we go. First up, Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures.
In a galaxy far, far away, a new Jedi adventure begins.
What's the plan? Welcome to Tadam. You're in trouble. We gotta help. Let's do this.
Younglings, together!
The Jedi must focus on helping others.
That was wild.
Young Jedi Adventures. New episodes available August 2nd.
New episodes August 2nd. So if you're a family that has a love for Star Wars and you have a youngling in your home, a very appropriate show for them to be watching on Disney Plus. And new episodes are available now as of August 2nd. I thought the season was over, but here we go. The epic journey continues, apparently. Only on Disney Plus. So new book releases, of course. We got to talk about those. A Max Rebo comic for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi is hitting shelves August 9th. Star Wars issue number 37 features Lando on the cover, and that hits August 9th as well. August 15th, we'll see the release of Essential Legends Collection republishings of old EU Star Wars books, and we are getting the Old Republic Fatal Alliance, as well as Republic Commando book number 2, 000. Hard Contact has already been republished. That's the first one in the series. Outbound Flight is coming to shelves August 15th, and Survivor's Quest is hitting August 15th as well. So lots to look forward to there. The High Republic Tales of Light and Life will hit shelves September 5th, 2023. Crimson Climb will hit October 10th. The High Republic Defy the Storm will hit March 12th, 2024 next year, which all covers have been revealed for many of the Phase 3 High Republic novels since Comic-Con. Darth Vader issue number 37 will hit August 16th, and Dr. Aphra number 35 will hit August 23rd. So we got lots to look forward to. The calendar is full. Star Wars may finally reveal how Kylo Ren obtained Darth Vader's helmet. I've been waiting for this answer for a long time. With the release of From a Certain Point of View, the Star Wars Return of the Jedi From a Certain Point of View. It's the third in that trilogy, adapting the movie that it's based on, and it is told in 40 short stories. The entire film across the board, 40 different short stories by 40 authors, all working together to tell a different perspective of Return of the Jedi from a background character or a subtle sort of background event that went on behind the scenes. And these point of view books have enlightened us with some scenes that have really stuck well within the canon, and I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing what this one has in store for us. There's a list of all the chapters that have been revealed for this book. The book release is August 29th, 2023, and the one I'm looking forward to reading the most is called Return of the Wills. It's the final chapter of the book, and I have a feeling it has something to do with the Force Ghosts and Anakin's redemption. So that should be very, very cool. All right. Disney Gallery, the making of The Mandalorian Season 3. We actually missed this in the past. We just didn't have time to talk about it. So I wanted to throw it in at some point, and one of the Lightspeeds coming up. And here we are with plenty of time left to spare. So let's check out a quick preview, a quick little clip, if you will, from Season 3 of The Mandalorian Disney Gallery series, making of Season 3 on Disney Plus right now as of June. If you haven't taken a look, definitely go and check that out. But in the meantime, you can tease yourself with this.
We knew we had to tell more stories because we've told flashbacks about what happened to Grogu. and how Grogu escaped the Jedi Temple. We've shown little glimpses and clips of his memory, most recently in the Book of Boba Fett. And so we wanted to continue to tell that story in small chapters. And so we had to figure out, okay, what's the next chapter? What's a likely thing that would have happened?
Get the youngling to Kelleran, go!
What was clear was we needed Grogu to have a type of savior companion that preceded Mando, and that it would be a Jedi. And then it becomes important to say, well, who is that? Because that'll be a big deal. And for me, it's always nice when it's somebody, quote unquote, in the family here at Lucasfilm, someone that's, been out there representing Star Wars, interacting with fans, carrying the banner. And, Ahmed Best has been such an important part of our Star Wars history.
Don't worry, kid. Everything's gonna be okay.
When I come in and I see it's the baby, do you want this to come down or do you want it to stay?
Whatever, yeah, because then you're not on guard anymore.
Right.
It doesn't come back up until you picked up the second one, and now you're going to take care of business.
Got it.
He grew up as part of it through all different eras of it.
John, we haven't seen each other since I was 16 years old on the
so
prequels.
true.
Because I was hanging around on the during the prequels.
And he also has, martial arts training.
He introduced the character of Kelleran Beck, a Jedi, into Star Wars, and we thought that this could present a really cool opportunity to incorporate him into The Mandalorian.
It hasn't really hit me yet. I never thought I'd be back, to be honest, especially like this, so it's crazy.
Don't worry. We're gonna meet up with some friends of mine. But hold on, it's gonna be a bumpy landing.
When I wrote the character of the armorer in the very first episode of The Mandalorian.
Well, there you go. A little sneak peek at the Disney Mandalorian gallery. So if you haven't taken a look, it is a behind-the-scenes look of the making of Season 3. They've done one for every season so far, and it's not so hard to find. So all you got to do is go to Disney Plus and find the Disney Gallery series for Star Wars The Mandalorian. It's under the Star Wars tab. And I think you'll enjoy it. I mean, if you're a big fan of The Mandalorian, just sit there an hour and watch some cool footage of behind the scenes and listen to Dave and John and all the other directors talk about various elements that went into creating Season 3. So very, very cool stuff. It actually brings to light a few things as well. So I definitely highly recommend it. I forget if I mentioned this before, but for those of you who did join the giveaway participants-wise, congratulations to Alex McKay. You are the winner of the giveaway contest, which was we announced the winner a few days ago now. So congrats again to you, and your Retro Series Orbit Key is in the mail on the way to you as we speak. Last but not least, Ahsoka is let's say not too far away, and we have new trailers dropping left and right, it seems, but we got one more recently called Now or Never. So let's take a quick listen.
There's so few Jedi left. She's coming.
Our enemies are multiplying. The galaxy is not safe. I could use the help.
It's now or never. Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Hunt them down.
This is where it gets interesting.
Get ready. Ready.
Ahsoka, 2-episode premiere August 23rd, only on Disney+.
We got a Twitter Spaces organized for that evening. So if anyone's interested, go follow us on Twitter at SW Escape Podcast, and you can possibly join the show. And we're definitely going to be featuring this Spaces on the podcast. We're hoping to get as many people joining as possible, and if there's enough interest, we'll go through with it. For now, it's been scheduled, but we don't, we're not committing to anything until we get enough interest, enough buzz going about it. So definitely, if you want to want to be part of the talk ever so briefly, then make sure you follow us on the Twitter feed and keep that in mind. Our social handles are at SW Escape Podcast, and that goes for Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on Threads as well, although our number one social feed is always the Twitter. Our email is swescapepodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on YouTube as well. Definitely go subscribe to us there. We need a bit more love going on the YouTube channel. So, even if you listen to us on Spotify or whatever, just look us up in your YouTube app and just hit that subscribe button because, it helps us out. As well as slapping down a 5-star review, or 4, whatever. It's something good, just give us some Melu runs or something. I mean, let's go. 5 stars would be absolutely lovely. So anybody who, for all of you guys who may have been listening to the show for a while, if this is your first time, then, no obligation, but, welcome to Star Wars Escape Pod. And we're hoping that maybe you can award us those 5 stars at some point down the road. And just a few nice words, if it comes time to write a review, we'd love that. There is a link in the description of every single podcast episode to join us on our Discord server, which has been growing over the last year. We've been trying to build a Discord server community. So if that interests you at all, if you want to stay on top of Star Wars news and get into some forums, there's a lot of effort being put in to try and make that a wider space for Star Wars fans just to kind of get in there and follow some conversation. So feel free to indulge. And the more active people are, the better it is. So links are in the description for that as well. There is our Linktree link as well. And, for access to the podcast archives and a variety of other ways to reach us here at Star Wars Escape Pod is included within that link. Last but not least is our Rebels Talk series. Of course, we anticipate Ahsoka being absolutely fantastic and awesome, and we want to make sure that you're prepared. So this time around, instead of doing what happened episodes leading up to that show, we're hoping that people are encouraged to watch Star Wars Rebels prior to Ahsoka and following along with us at home by checking the description of all Rebels Talk episodes, checking out which episodes we watched that week or that episode, giving those a watch on Disney Plus, and then listening to the podcast where we break it down for you, making connections and more, as well as give you our Pablo points and Poodoos, which is our podcast scoring system around here. It's a good time. Myself and Blake have so far been the 2 participants in that series. We're hoping to get more people around here on the podcast crew involved as well as time goes by, but we've been hammering these things out so fast that it's a little hard to schedule them properly. So we hope that you're all keeping up pretty well. And if Rebels Talk doesn't interest you, we hope that you stick around long enough to catch what we got going on next, which is, of course, after shows for Ahsoka. And we will overlap Ahsoka inevitably with the amount of Rebels Talks that we have left, which is up to 20 parts total, but we have many more on the way. And of course, we're looking forward to Ahsoka a lot. So we'll see you in the next episode of Lightspeed. May the Force be with you.